What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. This is our second Q&A. If you guys are just tuning in, didn't see the first Q&A, what's going on? What I did is I posted a question box on my Instagram about things that people that follow me or watch my story asked questions that they were curious about or wanted some education about or whatever the case may be. So that's what this video is about. I'm gonna start off with the first question, just kind of roll through, and then we're gonna cover as many as we can with our little time span that we're allowed here. So first question at hand is, what's your favorite cheat meal? Well, this is an awesome topic because everybody loves cheat meals, right? My favorite cheat meal, I would have to say, probably burger and fries. I'd say my most common thing I go into for a cheat, for two reasons really. One of them is because I know it digests well, I know what it does in my body. It's a common thing that I use. And in a cheat meal for me, coming from a coaching perspective, I'm always trying to test my body out, learn what works best. And I've come to the conclusion after years of doing this, learning from people that are more knowledgeable than me, you want to learn something as well when you're replenishing your body with that caloric spike. So I'm learning what's going to work for me in terms and the aspect of show, how to carb up for a show, what's going to digest well, what effect is that going to have on my body anabolically. For me, I know that burger and fries is something that I use for before a show carb up, and I know that it's going to digest well. So I want to benefit my body along with giving it that nice caloric little treat. So
if I can cut in really quick, going on what he said. So I've been, in this bodybuilding sport, fitness industry for a while, and I never even understood what cheat meals were because nobody made it clear to him until I started working with Mike. So before, when I was told to go have a cheat meal, there was no kind of, well, it should still have higher protein, it should still have some nutritional value, or pay attention to what it does to you. I never learned that until I started working with Mike. So last year, when he allowed me cheat meals, he actually told me what to get, like a cheeseburger, fries, or sushi, and that's what I would use as my cheat meals. So my favorite cheat meal, yes, is a burger and fries, but I also learned what it did to my body and how I felt after the fact as far as replenishment with the calories. And I never ate sushi until actually Mike told me to eat sushi. And funny true story, I would just get what he was getting because I didn't even understand what sushi was, but then I learned the benefit of it. So now to this very day, going through this next prep and everything, if I'm told to have a cheat meal, I know it's gonna be either probably sushi, burger, and fries, and I'm perfectly good with it. I don't need any cravings, or I don't get any extra cravings on top of that, and I know that it reacts well with my body and it works for me. There's a purpose. So that's the main thing, is I actually learned that cheat meals from Mike. I learned cheat meals have a purpose and they have a value. It's not just go binge on whatever you want and get no benefit out of it. That's if you really care about what you're trying to do off season or prep.
So next question actually is awesome because it kind of pertains to one of the most important things I want you to take from it. Humuscin. It's something you guys heard me talk a lot about on my social media. It's a product from my supplement sponsor that I endorse myself. I think it's an excellent product. It is a carb utilization supplement. What it basically does is help shuttle carbohydrates that you're taking in your meal into your muscles, and also sets itself apart from the GEA family or other ones on the market because it has the digestive enzyme in it. His question was, how many times a day do you take Humuscin? Is it okay to take it multiple times throughout the day? And my answer to that question is absolutely. I do use Humuscin about 3 times a day on average. I take my highest carb caloric meals, which is generally my first meal of the day, and then my pre and my post workout meal in terms of everyday diet. Now, if I go off my diet that day and I decide to have a cheat meal where I'm taking in maybe some sugar, decide to have some carrot cake or a piece of cheesecake, something like that, that's definitely another time I would option to use the Humuscin to make sure that, again, I'm taking the most benefit that I can out of the situation and influencing my body with it. So I think it's an awesome product. It's definitely okay to multi-use throughout the day. It's effective each time you take it. It's not something that your body is used to, like a thermogenic or something like those along those lines. Awesome product. You can get it at condemnlabs.com, and you can use Pitbull or Yari for savings. If you guys have any questions, feel free to continue to message me or Yari, and we'll do our best to absolutely help you in any way we can. You have anything to add?
Yeah, on top of what he said with the Humuslim, so this is the honest to God truth, guys. I just got back from vacation yesterday, overweight, I'm holding water, ate surplus of carbs. I'm not eating any carbs this week. And Mike still included Humuslim in my protocol because of the digestive enzymes. We still need that. I always say it's a crucial must-have. It's not a supplement, it's a must-have because digestive enzymes are important to all of us. We all want to digest properly, and that's what this product has to do. So again, I'm not eating any carbs this week. I have very high protein and a moderation of fats and some vegetables. And he still has me eating Humuslim in my protocol, which I'm gonna do. I actually didn't even learn that until I started working with Mike. I was using my Humuslim before pretty much as just high carb meals and cheat meals. I didn't understand the digestive enzymes of it that I do now, and why take it even if it's without carbs. And this whole week I'm using it without carbs purely for the digestive enzyme purposes.
Yeah, it's a little off topic here, but digestive properties in general are extremely important for fat loss. You know, to attain any type of goal. You just overall health in general. If your digestion's off, you're going to become toxic and inside, and you know when you're backed up, and you know how you feel if you've ever been had an issue before. So to work systematically and properly, your body needs to digest well. So that's definitely a topic of discussion that very, very important, and unfortunately gets neglected, and it's more of a preventative base, but unfortunately people don't pay attention to it, and then it becomes a corrective issue, and then it obviously takes longer, and we're not trying to regress, we're trying to progress. So moving onward, this is a pretty generalized question. It's kind of taboo, I guess you could say, in bodybuilding, but we're transparent here on Pitbull Mentality, so I'm gonna do my best to answer it and educate the best way I can. What is a good cycle? I'm 27, 226 pounds, in between 15 and 20% body fat, and I want to cut. So first and foremost, doesn't matter what you put in your body, my man. If your nutrition's not on point, and I mean on point, that doesn't mean just because you eat, Chick-fil-A instead of Pizza Hut, that's not on point, man. You need to make sure your diet and nutrition's on point. Then obviously you make sure your training's on point. Make sure the stuff that you're taking is there's realistic purpose to it. I hear people taking things like Trenbolone and halotestin and things that, if you're familiar with, are very anabolic drugs that you take pre-contest. These people don't even compete. Something that I would say is a pretty generalized, progressive, that's going to help you progress with low levels of test. If you've never taken anything in your life before, being how old are you? 27 years old. You're not a kid, but you're not old either. Vice versa, whatever. I would say, baseline a test, maybe run it at 150 to 200 mgs a week. Give yourself a good source, go to the doctor, get checked out. I was actually 27 years old when I got my testosterone script. Also, would suggest before you even get into that is educate yourself. Don't listen to don't even listen just to what I'm saying. Still validate what I'm saying. Validate what everybody's saying to you for yourself. That's what I did first, and I would suggest that to anybody. And I would also research yourself. Make sure you understand the importance of balancing out your your estrogen levels, Arimidex, stuff like that. So there's a lot that goes into it, and if I'm going to suggest or I guess you say touch upon something that some people might be scared to, I want to make sure that I clarify that I'm not a doctor. Cautionary things that I would suggest before you would start doing that. As for levels, I would stay around maybe 150 to 200 mg, which would be considered a TRT dose from a general physician. So
definitely get your blood work done. Make sure you know where you're at once or twice a year at least. And then the other thing, more does not always mean more. And another thing that I learned from Mike.
More does not always mean better.
Yeah, exactly, more does not always mean better.
I got you. This is from Love Lift Fitness. Even if we don't get coached by you, could we still come and get a workout in with you at the pit? Absolutely. I offer personal training. You can look at my package pricing and all the details go into that. at www.fitpitfitness.com, located in Palos Heights. The prices vary. You can go on there and check out. I'll tell you what, anybody that watches this video can reach out to me, and I'll give a 10% off discount if you decide to get some personal training. I'm a person that is wired up on loyalty, and I feel that if you're going to take the time to watch what I have to say and then take the time to invest into me as a personal trainer, then least I can do is give you guys a discount. So absolutely, I do offer that option to come in and work with me, even if you have your nutrition done by somebody else. One thing I do not do, and my clients can attest for this, I don't poach. I will never ever try to harp or step on a coach's toes. I will simply give the service that I'm elected to give, or that I'm hired to give. So if you hire me to be a personal trainer, that's what I'm going to be for you. So hope that answers your question. That's a good one. Thank you.
Again, I'm going to throw in personal experience because it just seems to work out that way. Again, Mike practice what he preaches. When I started coming here last year just to train, I was working with another coach. I just wanted to come here and train with these guys because I seen what they were doing. And he never once crossed any boundaries. He was just showing me how to train, and I was picking up the training from him.
That's a really good example. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and he never said anything, and if I asked a question, he would just, kind of give me a basic answer, not trying to step on anybody's feet. But I love training over here, and I love learning. And then I actually reached out to him and I asked him about training me. And it's funny because he's like, be ready what you're asking for. Are you ready for this? Because it's going to be tough, because I knew the time frame that we had to work with. We went ahead and did it. A year later down the road, I'm still coming up here and I'm training, and he's my coach. I couldn't be any happier with it. If you come here, you're looking for a personal trainer, you're going to get what you pay for. I can assure you that. 100%. You're going to be leaving here, you'll be beat up, but you'll be happy. You'll be like, man, I never thought about that kind of stuff, or I'm really feeling it, or you'll be just super excited to take what you learned to that next workout.
Thoughts on carb cycling? Worked well for cutting. What about bulking without getting fat? So yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory, I guess you could say. When you're carb cycling, it's going to be good for when you're cutting fat for some individuals. Some individuals need carb cycling and some don't. How well, obviously, you process carbohydrates. So to give an example, somebody like me, I process carbohydrates very well. My metabolism happens to be very fast. So it can actually be a negative thing. Some people listening might be like, well, that's freaking awesome, you can eat tons of carbs. Well, the problem with that is that it's really hard to maintain. It's like constantly a jet fuel engine eating more and more gas that you can never keep up with. This is, how can I come in for a workout at the gym of yours? I'm in Orland. Dude, you're right next door. You can go to www.fitpitfitness.com, book online. My schedule is open. Okay, so this next two questions kind of go hand in hand. So I like these ones. It says, why should one put their time, money, and trust in hiring you? What makes you different? Why you? Another guy's question, somebody pertaining to, why trust in you? Why hire you? Well, I'm not trying to sell you or anything, but I guess you could say you can take a look at my work, look at my clients. Seems like if everybody's getting the same type of results, then it's not a fluke. That's usually a pretty good indication that the person knows what they're doing. But to give it more of a personalized answer to that, I have passion in this. This isn't just for money for me. I took a huge chance at what I did at the beginning of this because there was no money in the beginning, and my passion got me through that. So yeah, like anything, if you put time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into something, eventually that's going to start to pay off, and the money does start to come, and that's fantastic. But if you lose sight of that passion, like so many of these big time coaches that you hear about doing, it's like they forgot that point that in their life where it wasn't always so easy. You had to hustle, you had to run out and try to market yourself and build rapport with people, and really cherish every single relationship you had with each client, and with the intentions of never losing them. I would say what sets me apart is that I don't ever lose sight of that. I remember when it felt like it was impossible to have a full schedule. It was impossible to have 5 clients, and then when you're, coming up on 100 clients, active clients, and you look back and you're excited that's when, I guess that's when you're setting apart from the majority, or the vast majority, I would say, of people out there that are willing to tell you to be, they're going to be your coach. So I'm not here to just take people's money. I'm here to educate. This is my passion. My clients can attest for that.
All day.
So yeah, that's what sets me apart.
I'll be the first person to admit it. I've had 5 different coaches before working with Mike, and I hooked up with him last year, as I said earlier. And the first show that we did together, he warned me what we're gonna have to do and how hard it's gonna be and this and this and that. I said, okay, well, that's what I wanna do. And not to sound like I'm a cocky prick or anything, but as I'm doing the prep, it actually ended up being, so to speak, the easiest one. Why? Because all the information I needed was given to me up front, and if something needed to be changed, it was changed on time. Check-ins, he got back to me on time, being able to see him and make adjustments. Everything was done the way a real prep should be. All my questions were answered. I never felt lost. I didn't feel like, oh man, I'm worried. I had all the confidence in the world going into the show. And I absolutely know I brought my best with him in 8 weeks, and he had to play fix-it. So that's just easy for me to answer. You're not looking at a guy who has a 9 to 5 and gets back to you when it's available. This is his life. This is what he does. And if he wasn't successful at it, he couldn't do it.
All right, so we're gonna do one more question. This is something that I definitely wanna cover. I get so many questions about the muffins. Muffins this, muffins that. All right, so here's the deal. For my regular lifestyle clients, the reason why you guys are seeing my clients that are doing a show, per se, get a muffin, and you're seeing muffin pumps before a workout, and you guys are wondering why that's not in your diet. Well, the reason why that person is because they're at a completely different catabolic rate, or anabolic rate, right? So they're able to process those calories quickly, efficiently, and they've been at a caloric deficit. Okay, in a lifestyle diet, your diets are nutritionally at a surplus, right? We're trying to push your metabolism, get you to eat more, and really function the functionality of the whole lifestyle. My clients that are at a caloric, deficit, those people are needing those muffins for a caloric surplus, for a spike in metabolism, to offset their anabolic rate and catabolic rate that are processing the foods that are in their diet every single day. The clean carbohydrates, the rice, the sweet potato, rice cakes, stuff like that, cream of rice. That is in your diet as well. So when do you get the muffins? Well, when we start building up a metabolism able to efficiently process through that, and when it's gonna positively affect you. And then people out there watching the same thing that I possibly, I don't coach you, it serves for you as well. You have to use that accordingly, use it to is it going to benefit you? Don't just have it because you watch your favorite bodybuilder do it and he's loading up, you got, what's his face, Regan, eating like 3 or 4 muffins and stuff like that before he works out. That's not going to work for everybody. So don't do that, I promise you. So
it's very true. I didn't even know what a muffin pump either was until I started watching your stories and seeing you guys eat muffins when I was working with another coach. I'm like, man, these guys are eating muffins, what's going on? Then I started working with him, and I'd have check-ins, and sometimes I'd have check-ins where I have to send something to him the next day before heading over here, and then Mike would be like, make sure you eat a muffin with your pre-workout meal or on your way here. The reason this is being brought up is because he's paying attention, and when that muffin will work into your plan, trust me, he'll tell you to eat it.
So that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. What we'll do here is see how this turns out, see what you guys liked about this video. If we have a good turnout, you guys like what we pumped out, leave us a comment. That's what we're basing our content. It's all contingent off of you guys, our viewers. So let me know what you like, let me know what to keep, let me know what to get rid of, and let me know what to add. So appreciate it. You guys can reach me at mike@fitbitfitness.com. Drop me a DM, whatever. I'm always looking for your guys' questions. I appreciate all your support. Thanks for tuning in.